Now, you can bench Wentz, fire Dougie P, but you still got the same little weasel snake picking the players. He's been
everywhere. This is for you.
What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and we are back with another one. It is Philly the podcast. Look, if you are new or if you old and you just have not been hitting that subscribe button, please do be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're so close to 1,000. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. If you do want some, Philly the podcast merchandise, just check the description, man. We do have a special going on right now. Code PhillyTP gets you $10 off any $30 order. Just in time for Christmas. I'm trying to look out for my people. But let's get into this, man. I never thought that I would say this, but I kind of agree with Orlando Scandrick.
Move this man.
We all know Orlando Scandrick has been the biggest Eagles hater, over the past couple years, ever since we cut him. And it is what it is. He's probably very happy. I know him and Skip were, very gleeful when they were talking this morning. But listen, it doesn't matter. What he said is true, and I have to be honest with it. Howie is a little weasel. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what power he has. It's too much power. Doug needs to get it together. What he said was very true when he said, back in the day, where there's smoke, there's fire. And then this recent interview that he did about the Eagles, he said, that you can bench Carson. You saw it in the beginning. You can bench Carson, but you're still going to have all the problems around him. And that's the truth. It is the truth. Something they also brought up was the whole David Carr situation. We saw David Carr when he was getting beat up behind that offensive line. It basically ruined him. You can say he was trash. You can say whatever you want. If you watch football, if you know football, the kid had talent. He got ruined behind that team. It is what it is. Carson Wentz is on the pace to have the third most sacks in the history of the NFL. That's not good. Another stat that I saw was that his drop off from QBR from one year to the next, I think he's top 6 in the worst. There's names like Peyton on there, I guess. If you want to look at good, maybe this is his bad year and he'll turn it around. But look, a lot of things are not looking good for Carson Wentz. This is by far his worst year. And I know I made the video, and I'm not saying start Jalen Hurts because I think he'll save this team or anything. I think at this point you have to see what you have in this team. You have to see what you have in the young guys, see what you can build, around Carson Wentz. Because, like I said, I hate to keep saying this, but Orlando was spot on when he said we have not put anything around Carson. Outside of that 2017 year where you can even say, really did we got, I think a lot of veteran players, I don't want to say old, a lot of veteran players got lucky because Torrey Smith was not good that year. Torrey Smith really didn't give us number 1 or really even number 2. He was a speed threat. He got he took the top off the defense. It is what it is. He was one thing. He did it well enough, I guess. You look at the defense. Outside of our defensive line, we haven't invested. Outside of, we got Darius Slay. I have to take that back. We got Darius Slay, but we don't invest, in young talent, in good young talent. We don't take the obvious picks in the draft. I feel from 2014 to about 17 when we finally won, we were getting a lot of 28-year-olds off the free agent market. Patrick Robinson is a big name. People like that came in and won us a Super Bowl. And I'm not taking anything away from Carson having a great year. I'm not taking anything away from Doug being a different guy that year, or DiFilippo or Frank Reich. There's we won that Super Bowl. That everybody deserves credit for that. But now we have to look at it in 2020, and we don't have the same guys that we signed up for. After 2017, it just seemed like we started paying guys for what they did, not what they're doing, and that's a big problem. We have decisions to make. Obviously, people like JP, I presume Alshon Jeffrey, Deshaun Jackson, people like that most likely aren't going to be on this team. We might not be seeing Jason Kelsey. Only saving factor with Jason Kelsey is I don't see him wanting to go out like this. I don't see him being like, I had a bad last year, but all right, I'm done. I just don't see him getting out like this. I could be wrong. But we have a lot of decisions to make next year. Carson Wentz is not a decision that we can really make like a long term. We can't say it's over. So what I'm saying is we give Jalen Hurts a couple games or give him the rest of the season if it really, it's over for us. I mean, I'm not saying we can't win the division because we can. But at this point, if we're going to get a new GM, if we're going to blow this thing up, I'd rather have the higher pick right now. And I hate to say that. I'm not saying tank, but I'm saying put the kid in, see if we get a spark. If not, see what we have in him. Maybe we can package him next year. Get something higher in the second round. Get something higher maybe in the first round if he does well. We have to be realistic right now. All right? It's not hating. It's not, being a fake fan, a fair weather fan. I love my team. I'm going to watch them lose every week if that's what it comes down to. It is what it is. But we have to see what we're watching. We have to see it. I know we're watching it. I know we're all watching the games, but you have to see it. You have to actually understand what's going on right now. We're not a good football team. It's time that we figure something out for the future. And the future could be 2 years, or it could be 10. It all depends on how we deal with these next 8 weeks, or 6 weeks, whatever it is, 5 weeks, whatever it is, man. We got to deal with this season right now is when you start getting the value out of the players you have. If Malik Jackson still can show that he, isn't going to start punching people every game and get crazy unnecessary roughness passes, or unnecessary roughness penalties, maybe he has trade value. Maybe D-Jack somehow, some way has a 7th round trade value in him. Maybe Alshon can show a little something these next couple games and get something out of it. We have to look at it that way. We have to keep Travis Fulgham going. It is what it is. At this point, the Philadelphia Eagles have to start looking at the future. And like I said, I'm not giving up on Wentz. Wentz is $25 million that's going to be on this cap next year, no matter what. $60 million, I know the number, if it's dead money, if we cut him. We're not going to do that. I get it. But we have to see what we can do. Because the offseason is going to come very quickly. I can almost guarantee that. Once the season's over, that offseason comes very quickly. And I would not be surprised if in a couple weeks we start seeing the offseason coming, to be honest. A lot of things are going to change for the Philadelphia Eagles. We have to stay in front of it. I want to know what you guys think, but other than that, you know what it is. It's Fly Eagles Fly, and we are out here. Peace.